guys, in this video I want to talk about the last lesson nightmare or the last lesson dilemma for the driving instructor. So the last lesson that you have before your driving test can be a total disaster, and it's a dilemma that your instructor will also need to go through to what they're going to do to keep your feelings heightened, to make sure your morale is high. And there's a debate that we need to go through if we find a fault that is important to fix. Well, certainly for me, correct me if I'm wrong, driving instructor, but if on the last lesson there is a mistake that is relatively dramatic, there is this debate in your mind as a driving instructor: do I fix it or do I keep the last lesson happy and the morale up? And I just want to talk about this for a minute. Now, this situation that I'm about to talk about is quite rare. I would say 9 times out of 10, people learn and they get better and better and better. And then the last lessons are just pretty much like flowing and beautiful and fine. All right, that is pretty much the ideal and pretty normal, if I'm honest with you. That's kind of what happens, right? But there is a lot of anxiety in the world. A lot of situations like I've said before, people hold a lot of anxiety. People have GAD, people have got ADHD, people have got dyspraxia, people have got taking antidepressants. There's a high amount of intensity of nerves. And when the test is approaching, these nerves can get out of hand. And like I say, it's not massively common, but sometimes there is an out of hand amount of nerves, and then a subject that is important will go wrong, or there's problems with it on the last lesson. And then there's a dilemma of, do we fix it or do we just be like, yeah, it's all right, you're normally all right about it, it's cool. So I want to talk to you about it from a driving instructor's point of view, my point of view. Years and years ago, I had a student and it was her last lesson. And she was, as far as I know, she was fine, but she was just getting nervous towards her test. She had a 2-hour lesson booked, and then the next lesson was going to be her driving test. So this was her last lesson. On this lesson, her hill starts were not good. I mean, they weren't good, right? And her driving test was the next thing that she was going to do. And this was years ago. And I spent the whole 2 hours doing hill starts with her, because in my mind I was thinking, oh my God, it's her last lesson and her hill starts are not good. We have to fix it. My driving instructor brain was like, I have to fix this. I cannot let her not know how to do this. It will be dangerous. If she passes, it will be dangerous. I've got to sort this. Yeah. So I spent the 2 hours doing the hill starts with her. And I've got to say, it was really intense. It was horrible. She was completely demoralised. She was low. She was sad. It was horrendous. And I suffered so much with feelings of huge amounts of guilt, because I thought to myself, have I done the right thing? Yeah. She's normally all right. Last lesson should be upbeat. Yay, we're going to our driving test. Woo! I'm just going to do the show me, tell me questions or whatever we're going to do. This was years ago, so I can't even remember if we must have had show me, tell me. I mean, it was flipping years ago, right? But it should be an upbeat lesson, yeah? Like, yeah, we're just going to check it all, man. It's all cool. Yeah, you're amazing, and off you pop, yeah? But we found this problem, and it was a flipping nightmare on this particular lesson. And then this dilemma happens, like, is it a one-off or is it serious? Is it dangerous if she passes? And I remember making the choice, I'm going to do it. And it hurt my feelings. I suffered bad with this. I think I lost sleep and everything because she was just in a mess, and you shouldn't really be like that on your last lesson before you go to test. It's flipping horrendous. Anyway, she did pass her test, right? And then afterwards, when she passed, I then immediately thought, I've done the right thing. I did the right thing. Thank God I did the 2-hour lesson on hills, because I'm never going to see her again. At least I taught her. At least I made her better. At least she's okay, yeah? Because then she's safe for the rest of her life, hopefully, to be able to do a hill start without rolling or falling to pieces or Yeah, so it was only when she passed that I thought I've done the right thing. If she had failed, how would I feel about it? Would I have felt like I added to the problem? Probably not. I'm trying to feel into the situation. Probably not, because I still think I probably would have been like, nah, we needed to do it, because what if you passed? So the reason why I'm talking about all of this is because it's just happened again. So I've just been with a student, and we've been, the last couple of lessons have been really nice. And we've just been driving along, mooching along, and it's been fine. It's been having a nice time. Today is her last lesson, and she's got anxiety, yeah, and it's been spoken about, and we're very open about it, and we've known from the beginning, and medication and all the rest of it, right? And now it's with us in the car. Yeah, let's call anxiety. Stan was there, like somebody else was there. It wasn't just me and my student. There was somebody else there interfering with the lesson. Yeah, it's almost like we've got someone on board. Have you seen that scary film where the person's like hunched over like throughout the film, and it turns out to be like his ex, like wrapped around his head? Have you seen that? Oh, that's well scary, that is. That's proper scary. I can't remember which one that was. If you know which film that was proper scary. And it turns out like she's just wrapped around him because she was just like totally infatuated with him, and just, yeah, that was weird. Anyway, but it felt a bit like that. It wasn't just me and my student tonight. It was like something else was in the car, like interfering with my student, and her changing lanes tonight. No, it wasn't right, yeah. So I was in the same dilemma tonight. I was thinking, and it reminded me of those years ago. It is, like I say, it's quite rare, but it reminded me of that. And I'm like, oh God, I need to do this with her, because if she passes, yeah, in a couple of days, if she passes and I never see her again, and I know that she's had this changing lanes problem, yeah, it has to be fixed. Changing lanes is one of the most dangerous things you can do. And if it's not right today, if I've seen a fault with it today, I almost find it impossible not to fix it. I mean, what type of a driving instructor would I be if I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it, it's cool. I know we didn't check at all to like go around that bus and we entered that lane. Fine, don't worry about it, it's all good, I'm sure it will be fine. I just can't. If we are in lanes, it's almost like we just, I know that the lanes aren't colour coordinated, but if we are in the left lane, let's just paint it red. We are in the red lane. I know that there's none of these colours. It's just totally a metaphor, okay? If we are in the left lane and it's red, and there's a bus in front of us, the blue lane next to us, where the people are also driving in the same direction, the blue lane next to us, who has a clear lane, could not care less that you've got a bus in there. They do not care. If you've got a cone, if you've got a parked car, if you've got a bus, yeah, they don't care. They will overtake you. If you want to leave your lane, we need to plan carefully. If it's really busy, we need to use an asking signal. Please, can we come into your lane, please? We have to do it properly. We can't just go into that lane. It would be so dangerous. So we worked on that for the whole lesson, and it's upset my student. And I feel awful about it, yeah? But I'm in the same predicament that I was in before. I can't as a driving instructor, I can't leave it. It's like it's broken. I had to fix it, even though we had this weird thing in the car with us, Stan. We're just going to name her Anxiety Stan. I don't know why. Is it from Inside Out? Is Anxiety Stan? No, it was a girl, wasn't it? Whatever her name was. She was in the car with us, yeah. It's just weird. It's an entity that's not supposed to be with us, you know? And it is a dilemma for your empathetic driving instructor. We suffer with what to do as well. We want to keep your morale up. We want to keep you happy on your last lesson, obviously. But if we see this fault, we have to fix it. So I had a long conversation with her afterwards, and I said to her, look, and I actually told her all of this story about the girl. You know, I told her exactly what I'm telling you. I told her about the 2-hour lesson and the hill starts and blah, blah, and how the student did pass and how I feel like in the end I made the right decision because I never saw her again. Yeah. But I also told her that the length of time that we did the subject that was difficult was over and over and repetitive and repetitive. On your driving test, you wouldn't be doing 25 hill starts over and over and over and over. You'd be doing 1 or 2. Yeah. It's just that we're like on the subject. We're on it. We're trying to fix it. It's like we're trying to kill the virus, you know, like we're on it. We're like, we're like the paracetamol. We're like the, whatever it's called, the drug to get rid of the virus, you know, and we're on it for 25 like times, going round and round and round. And it can be intense because we've only got one more lesson left. We've got to sort it. So we were going round and round and round 6 times round the one-way system, fixing it, trying to fix it. And then it's tough, you know. Now, like I say, this is a rare situation, but because I'm making these videos now to a larger audience, and it's not just one-to-one anymore, I'm releasing these videos because I'm talking to millions, you know, and when I say millions, thousands of more people. It feels like millions to me because I'm one-to-one. I'm just one-to-one. I feel like I'm talking to millions of people. I'm not, right? I'm talking to thousands of people. But I know that some of you are going to have this last nightmare lesson. And I don't know, maybe she'll pass on Wednesday. And maybe when she goes to test, maybe I'll be like, I did the right thing. Because we did changing lanes. She understands the changing lanes much better. She understands that if she's in a lane and she follows it round and it's designed to go round, you stay in your lane and you snake and you trust the lane. But if you go round the corner and then it's open lanes, a bit like Mario with his like choice of, is he going to go at the top, in the middle or at the bottom? If you've got a choice of lanes and you're driving normally in a straight line, you're going to go to the left. Magnets in the curb. You're going to go to the left, yeah? If you are designed to snake round with the lane, you don't cross the lane lines, you stay in your lane. But if you go round a right bend and then you're faced with all these open lanes, like a free-for-all, my student called it, yeah? Then, safely, we should go to the left, magnets in the curb. Yeah, so I've taught her some very important stuff tonight, but I felt that dilemma. I felt the dilemma for me, and she feels the nightmare. She's like, shall I cancel my test? I'm like, we can't. You're going to lose your fee. But remember, your last 2 to 3 lessons were great. Remember, we were just talking. Remember, we were just having a great time. Remember, we were just like normal. Yeah, everything was fine. But now we've got Stan in the car, yeah, or whatever we're calling it, the person with the fake person on. We've brought an entity into the car that doesn't belong here. We're sharing the car with someone else, and he's in here, or she's in here, or it's in here, or whatever. And it's not welcome, yeah, but it's here. But as a driving instructor, I wanted to fix it, but now she's worried. And I think it makes me think, God. So I tried to look after her mentally, you know, and spoke to her about this. I think she feels okay because I tried to remind of her good lessons before. But it's a dilemma. But my last student passed when this happened. So I'm hopeful that, you know, she'll pass. And I tried to soften the blow to her, yeah, just to make her feel better. I just said to her, look, you know, please don't worry about it, right? You know, we've been doing really well for the last good few lessons. Everything's been fine, right? So you don't need to cancel your test. You don't need to not, we're going to go, yeah? You're going to be, you know, you might not even get any changing lanes, let's face it. But if you pass and you still really feel awful about it, then afterwards you can drive with your P plates on with your boyfriend. You can drive with your P plates on with your best friend. You can drive with your P plates on because she's never had this opportunity before. You can drive with your P plates on with people who know what they're doing and they can help you. You don't have to go out on your own straight away. You can still metaphorically hold someone's hand or just have your little pinky finger like holding somebody else's. You're just keeping that link there with someone else. And I said, I'm here for you. All right. We'll go out if you still want to. Yeah. So nobody's going to let you go if you're not ready, but you're going to have all of this help as soon as you pass. You can have all this help. Her partner has not had enough years experience to take her out. Otherwise he would, right? I released this video to make people feel better. If you've had the last nightmare lesson or you're a driving instructor who's in this dilemma, then it happens, yeah? It's rare. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's rare, but sometimes it happens. I mean, I can probably count it on one or two hands. It's rare. But if it's happened to other people and me, then it's blatantly happened to one of you. And I want this channel to be honest, open, and a discussion about what happens in reality with your mental health in class, in lesson, in teaching, in training, learning to be a driver. And I just constantly want my channel to be like that. All right, because we're all suffering with stuff and anxiety is a huge one. And we're bringing Stan into the car. I don't know why I've just made Stan like the worst person ever. Poor Stan, whoever Stan is. But yeah, he's now anxiety and he wasn't welcome in my car today. But yeah, we'll see what happens, you know. Hopefully Wednesday she just needed to blow that out of the water and just get that done, you know. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, her changing lanes was much better and she did understand that towards the end of the lesson. So I think I did the right thing, you know, but it's a dilemma, right? Dilemma. All right, guys, I really hope this bit of information has helped you. If you're suffering with this, I hope it helped you. All right. Hopefully you're one of those people who just go and you don't have to worry about any of this, right? And you're just one of like the sort of typical students, all right, who you're just chatting away at the end. But if you have got anxiety or ADHD or dyspraxia or GAD or whatever, then maybe this last nightmare lesson will happen. And I want you to know that if it does happen, that remember you have just done your Achilles heel for the last hour. You've just done your Achilles heel for 2 hours intensely, which is tricky and it's hard and it's demoralizing and it feels horrible, but you're fixing it to get it done before you sit that exam with the person with the yellow jacket. All right, I really hope this has helped you. Sorry it was so long. I hope it really helped you and I'll see you on the next video. To those of you who follow the channel, when I made that video about my student having a disastrous last lesson, she passed. Did it, passed. Legend.